California. It's the Casey Kane race with Mike Kerr, Napa Auto Parts, Bruno's Collection, Maximum Racers number 49, the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. Starting on the inside of run number 3 in the 5th position from Monrovia, Indiana. The Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, CoastalRaceParts.com number 13. It's Justin Peck, and outside of him from Hollister, California, the NOS Energy Drink, Inland Rigging, SureCan, Woodland Auto Display, Sandblast Service number 73 of Ryan Bernal. 4th row on the inside from Hanford, California. Driving the Bushy Financial, Sacramento Battery, C&H Motor Parts, Sierra Single Ply number X1 of Michael Facento, and outside of him from Arlington, Washington, the Triple X Race Components, Pacific Performance Coating, Shark Racing Engines, Ridge Runner Wings, number 21S, Jesse Schlottfeld. Row 5 on the inside from Redding, California, the MitcheryConstruction.com, Farmers Brewing, Shark Racing Engines, ODM Worldwide, number 2XM, it's Max Mitchery. And outside of him from Tucson, Arizona, the Parker Automotive, Metal Tech, BG Oil, TDR Concepts, number 15 of Nick Parker. 6th row on the inside, your 11th starter in this one from Fresno, California. The Red Rose Transportation, Selzy Enterprises, Redline Oil, Whipple Superchargers, number 41, Dominic Selzy. And outside of him from Sacramento, California, the Chuck's Corvette, S&S Automotive, JKF Enterprises, number 9F of Dustin Freitas. 7th row on the inside, starting in the 13th position from Marysville, California. That is the STS Farming, Summit Partners Insurance, Rock Crushing Solutions, Shane Matthews Trucking, 56C of Carson Hamas. And outside of him, starting 14th from Minden, Nevada, driving the Rad Stainless Threads Design, Rubicon Flooring, number 77 of Ryan Lippincott. And your final starter in this one from right here in Chico, the Roberto Marquez Attorney at Law, Tynerhurst Enterprises, number 5S of R.C. Smith. So we're going to have 15 cars on the racetrack for 8 laps here in heat race number 1, brought to you by the folks at TJ Forged Wheels. The top 4 going to the main event, and the winner goes to the dash. Brad Sweet starts 4th in this heat race, and tonight we are listening in to his high roller playlist. He is 1/3 of the SLC Promotions team, and pretty darn good race car driver, number 2, and number 3, he is the current points leader with Kubota Highland Racing. So here's one song from Brad. Rocket Man, Tony.
Rocket Man, you know who's trying to be a Rocket Man in this one and go +10 to transfer into tonight's A main event? That's the 77 of Ryan Lippincott. Chase, when you introduced him, you called out his hometown of Minden, Nevada. Kubota Highland Racing fans may find that town name familiar. It's where last night's winner Tanner Thorson hails from. I asked Ryan Lippincott, did you ever know Tanner Thorson? Turns out, yeah, they did. He was actually in the same grade as Tanner Thorson. They went through middle school together, and he was even a groomsman in Tanner's wedding. That's the driver, the number 77, Ryan Lippincott, out of Minden, Nevada. He's got some work to do tonight. He needs to go 14th to 4th to make it into the big show tonight.
If he does that, he's going to sell some serious T-shirts here tonight if he's got any. Lippincott rolls off 14th, but James McFadden and Justin Sanders have the best view in the house here for this one. The winner goes to the dash. McFadden and Sanders. Wise and Sweet, Peck and Bernal, the first 3 rows. Gonna be some cutthroat heat races. Here we go. McFadden gets the jump into turn number 1 with the race lead. Justin Sanders runs in second, points the car to the inside down the back straightaway looking for the race lead. Sanders up the racetrack, takes it away. Justin Sanders leads lap number 1. Justin Sanders, an aggressive maneuver to get by James McFadden and put himself into the dash. McFadden runs in second, Wise in third, Peck in fourth, and right now, Brad Sweet is outside of a transfer spot in car number 49. Sweet now feeling the heat from the number X1 car, Michael Facento. They roll into turn number 1. Sweet runs the middle, Facento the inside. Nearly gets to the left rear tire, but Brad Sweet holds him off right now, currently in the 5th position. Behind him, it's Facento, Schlottfeld. Then we've got Bernal and Nick Parker. Parker and Bernal nearly come together at the end of the front straightaway. Almost do it again into turn number 1. Close call there between the 15 and the 73. Dominic Selzy trying to fight his way forward, makes his way to the inside of Max Mitchery. That is around for maybe the 9th position off of turn number 4. Dominic Selzy up to 10th, actually. 10th is the position. Justin Sanders might get the traffic by the end of this thing in the 2X car. 3 laps to go. He's on the same straightaway as Ryan Lippincott and R.C. Smith. McFadden runs second, Peck third, and Wise fourth. Brad Sweet in fifth outside of a transfer spot. This is a race that Sweet wants to win so very badly. It's going to be tough to do it coming out of the B main. Coming to the white flag, 1 to go for Justin Sanders. Sanders, after an aggressive maneuver to get by McFadden, it's going to pay off for him as he comes off of turn 4. He's going to be in the dash with a TJ Forge heat race number 1 win. McFadden ends up in second, Justin Peck third, and Zeb Wise in fourth. So Justin Sanders gets the win. He is going to the dash. Second to the 83 of James McFadden. Third, the 13 of Justin Peck. And fourth goes to Zeb Wise. Those are the 4 transfers. The rest of these drivers going to either the B, C, or D main. Brad Sweet, Michael Facino, Jesse Schlotfelt, Ryan Bernal, Nick Parker, Dominic Selzy, the top 10. Max Mitry, Dustin Freitas, Carson Hamas, R.C. Smith, and Ryan Lippincott. The finishing order in heat race number 1 brought to you by the folks at TJ Forged Wheels. Sanders going across the scales. Justin Sanders up on the scales in the infield. Tony Laporta, he's going to be pretty happy about that. Last year finished second in the Gold Cup race of champions to Corey Day, and this year he puts himself in position to fight for maybe a Gold Cup win of his own.
He won on Wednesday night here in the 360 competition. An interesting note after that victory, when Justin got back to his trailer, inside his helmet bag was a piece of the foam from the wall that Kyle Larson hit. Justin, what can you learn on a night like that 360 event that you can take over to this 410 competition?
You know, maybe kind of what the track's going to do a little bit, but then on that hand, we've had a different racetrack every single night, which is kind of cool. It kind of throws us drivers and teams for a curveball and makes it interesting. You know, honestly, this place, you just got to drive hard. I mean, that's all there is to it. You got to drive hard every single lap, and when you think you need to back up, you need to drive harder. So just keep driving hard, and that heat race kind of really saves our night. So get a chance to spin that wheel, and hopefully we can start close to the front and just see what we can do.
Justin Sanders trying to pick up his second victory in 4 nights here at Silver Dollar Speedway.
Thank you very much, Tony. The next heat race is about to get on the racetrack. It's brought to you by the folks at DMI Racing. Here is the lineup in this one. On the pole from Pengrove, California, the Toyota Marin, Walnut Creek, Sunnyvale, Avanti Windows and Doors, King Concrete, number 24C. It's Chase Johnson. And outside of it from Fremont, California, he drives the NOS Energy Drink, Matt Wood Racing, Southern Pacific Farms, MV Drywall, number 17W. It's Sugar, Shane Golobic. Row 2 on the inside from Waco, Texas, the Slade Shocks, System 1 Pro Ignition, HRP Wings, Tyner-Hurst Enterprises, number 94, the Quickest Chicken, Chase Randall. And starting outside of him in the 4th position from Auburn, California, the Pacific Highway Rental, Orville Tax, Wilkie Masonry, PitStopUSA.com, number 92, Mr. Excitement, Andy Forsberg. Starting in the 5th position from Sacramento, California, the Next Steel, Hanson Machine, 22 Metalworks, McCulloch's RV, number 17 of Caleb Henry. And outside of him, also from Sacramento, driving the Lippert Construction, Danny Wirt Sales, Cloud Valve Company, Custom Pipe, number 42X of Justin Cox. 4th row on the inside, coming to us from Launceston, Tasmania, Australia, the Works Limited, JVI Group, Gateway Chevrolet, FK Shocks, Banshee Graphics, 57W of Jock Goodyear. And outside of him from Lemoore, California, the Tarleton & Son, Complete Parts and Equipment, Durst Incorporated, Bandy and Associates, number 21 of Cole Macedo. 5th row on the inside from Lemoore, California, the Monarch Ford, Dawson Maldine Construction, Justice Brothers, Crown Limousine, number 2K of Gage Garcia. And outside of him from Clovis, the Gary Silver Ranches, Smith Titanium, JI Apparel, Fortitude Driver Development, number 10 of Dominic Gordon. Row 6 on the inside, the 2022 Gold Cup champion from Hanover, Pennsylvania, the Pels Tire Service, RF Knox Company, the Auto Barn, RSI Outdoors, number 1A of Jacob Allen. And outside of him, from Discovery Bay, California, the Moss Brothers, Transport Products Unlimited, Walker Performance Filtration, number 12, Jarrett Soares. Outside or inside of row number 7, Your final row in this one from Marysville, California, the STS Farming, all about fire protection. 357's World of Dirt, Summit Partners Insurance, number 55D, Dawson Hamas. And your final starter in this one from Plumas Lake, California, the Foothill Recycling, Mac Motorsports. Special thanks to Mike Yancey and Mike Crespo, number 24K, Koa Crane. Same story as the last heat race, except this time we got 14 cars, 8 laps. The top 4 to the main event. The winner goes to tonight's dash. Let's listen into another song from Brad Sweet's playlist. This one by Dylan Scott.
The good times go by too fast. Yeah, I wish time would take a little slower. Sometimes it feels like a blink and then it's over. Better soak it in. Better make it last. Live it up while we can. Cause the good times go by too fast.
Dylan Scott with Good Times Go By Too Fast. And Tony, that's kind of what this week feels like. Just go by too fast. We're having too much fun.
Chase, that's how every time I hang out with you feels like. It goes by just way too fast. Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Good song there from Dylan Scott on Brad Sweet's High Roller playlist. We're coming to the green this time by 8 laps. Who is going to win this one and head to the dash? Chase Johnson, Shane Golobic from the front row. They've got a good shot to do it. Maybe Andy Forsberg can get up there and challenge for this heat race win. One of the fan favorites here in Chico. Green flag comes out, even start up front between the top 2. And in turn number 1, Chase Johnson going to try and slide up the hill, but Shane Golobic going to have the race lead down the back straight. Big wheel stand out of 24C at Chase Johnson. Johnson slots into the 2nd spot. Andy Forsberg is 3rd. Chase Randall is 4th. And here comes Justin Cox. He gets by Caleb Henry off a turn 4, move Cox into the top 5. Cox is up to 5th. Now Caleb Henry back to the inside. These two good friends off the racetrack and now racing hard, trying to get into a transfer spot for the Gold Cup Race of Champions. Caleb Henry now underneath the Chase Randall. Here's a slider for the last transfer spot. He's got in turn 2. Caleb Henry now up to 4th. Close call behind them as Cole Macedo nearly got into the side of the 57 and John Goodyear loses some ground. Oh, almost upside down in turn 3. Got up on the bike and he's going to bring out the yellow. It's Dawson Hamas. Dawson Hamas was up on the bike, ringing the bell on the handlebars right there and about tipped that car over, entering the 3rd corner. Dawson Hamas currently 2nd in Marysville Speedway point standings with the 360 division. 2 wins over there this year, and bringing a knife to a gunfight this week with the 360 engine under the hood, and brings out the yellow here in heat race number 2, brought to you by DMI Racing Components. Tony?
Chase, this heat race is brought to you by DMI Racing Components, but this weekend is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts with nearly 6,000 auto parts stores and over 17,000 auto care centers. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, and they're also running a deal right now up to 20% off orders $125 or more with the code SAFETY, S-A-F-E-T-Y. Again, that's S-A-F-E-T-Y. Chase, I know you're a big proponent of safety in the workplace.
I certainly am. Safety and, OSHA. I know all of the OSHA requirements, all of their rules. I was really good about the OSHA 15-minute break back when I used to have a quote-unquote real job. I always made sure I took my OSHA 15. That was a huge requirement.
Well, was that at Walmart?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you sometime on the broadcast you should tell people about your other interesting strategies you employed while working at Walmart.
Yeah, we did have some fun working at the old Walmart distribution center back in the day. I was a wheelman when it came to the forklift over there. I'll tell you that, Tony. That was before I was here with Highlander Racing.
Yeah, those aren't the strategies I'm talking about, but we'll get into it later.
Yeah, for sure. Here we go. We'll come back to the green flag. Shane Golobic, Chase Johnson, Andy Forsberg, and Caleb Henry. 3 laps in, 5 to go here in this 2nd heat race as Chase Randall's trying to build some. Oh, we got one around doing donuts off the track. It's Cole Macedo. Caution's going to come back out. So Cole Macedo, it's been a tough week for him. Went out to qualify on his prelim night, missed the scales, got disqualified there, had to start from the tail of the heat race. Was able to charge back forward there in the feature on his prelim night. He ended up in the 11th position after starting towards the tail. But Tony, I guess today a little bit of a, a little bit something good. He got $1,000, 3rd place in that pit stop challenge, but now back down the roller coaster here for him.
Yeah, I was going to say the Factory Cane Shocks pit stop challenge earlier this afternoon. inside the NOS Energy Drink Pavilion here outside the Silver Dollar Speedway. Saw the driver of that Tarleton Racing number 21, Cole Macedo. He wasn't like Spencer Baston and Brad Sweet, who sat behind the wheel of their race cars and guided it in to the mock rod end supply work area. No, that guy down there, folks, Cole Macedo, he got out of his race car, and he was one of the 3 crew members who replaced parts on his own race car to try and earn him and his team $3,000. Coming home third, they made the grand, like you said, Chase. I wonder if Cole Macedo still has that 9/16 wrench in his back pocket inside that race car like he did at the pit stop challenge.
I know he might, Tony, but I don't think driver suits have back pockets. But you know, that might, yeah, probably not.
No, they definitely don't, at least not the ones that I buy. But, you know, he might have some, I don't know, maybe he wears jeans underneath his fire suit. Chase, you don't know.
Yeah, he might. That would be really uncomfortable, I feel like. But Cole Macedo does get refired and will drive back to the tail end of the field. We got an orange cone out on the front straightaway, race fans. If you've never been to a sprint car race before, that cone on the front stretch, the drivers are not allowed to pass each other before that cone. And if they hit the cone, they will be docked a couple of positions on the next stoppage, either the yellow or the checkered flag. So keep an eye on that cone, no passing and no hitting it. When we come back to the restart, Shane Golobic, the leader. Chase Johnson is in second. Third spot is Andy Forsberg, and Caleb Henry runs currently in the 4th position. Andy Forsberg tonight looking to make his 10th career Gold Cup Race of Champions main event, dating back to, I believe, 1997 when he did his first one, as we go back to the green flag. Golobic going to jump away with the lead. Chase Johnson solidly in second. We've been keeping an eye on the battle for the 4th spot the entire way. It's been a good one between Justin Cox, Chase Randall, and Caleb Henry. The 17 of Henry currently has that position on lock. Now Henry closing in on Forsberg, who also closes in on Chase Johnson. Down the back straightaway, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are pretty close to each other as they come through turns 3 and 4. This time by 3 laps to go for Shane Golobic. Golobic trying to put the Cali click on his back here tonight, put that number 17 W car into the dash and in a good spot for tonight's feature event. 2 to go. Chase Randall, Justin Cox, not close enough to do anything with Caleb Henry as of right now. Car sideways off the corner, we're going to have a yellow. The 12 of Jared Soares got together with the 10 of Dominic Gordon, and the yellow waves with what will be 2 laps to go here in heat race number 2. And Tony, a few more feet, he would have parked right in front of you. You could have said hi to him.
I don't know if you remember last night. I think it was last night, yeah, when Dominic Gordon did his 360 off of turn 4 in qualifying. Chase, do you remember that?
I do, yes.
Yeah, I mean, it happened eerily close to where the 12 just came to a stop right there. Gordon kept his foot in and it was able to keep going. But I had chunks of dirt in my teeth after that 10 car did its spin. Thankfully, Soares was not close enough, but yeah, I mean, my heart is pounding. That was a little too close for comfort for me down here. But I stayed still. I'm a statue like that.
Yeah, great job down there, Tony. And just, you know, never giving in to any type of pressure, even if a race car is flying at you. Soares will continue on. Join at the back of the field. Looks like we're set to go to the green flag once again. 2-lap shootout here. We'll see if Chase Randall in the 94 can get up there and challenge for that last transfer. A little bit of a stack up on the start. Back of the field, playing bumper cars back there. Henry goes to the bottom. Big run out of Chase Randall down the back straightaway, and the car's off the track again. It's Cole Macedo, and he's going to stop, and the yellow comes out again. So Cole Macedo had made his way back to 10th after going to the tail, and is now over the edge of the banking in turn 2. Looks like a repeat of earlier on in this race when he was sitting in that same precarious position there. And what could have been for Cole Macedo, a winner earlier this year with the NARC King of the West Sprint Cars right here at Chico Silver Dollar Speedway. Currently 2nd in those point standings. And a lot of people had him tabbed to maybe be a guy to contend for a top 5 run in the finale of the Gold Cup. He's one, entering this week, he was one of just 2 drivers that have been in the top 10 for every High Limit Racing West Coast Swing race. And that looks like it could come to an end here tonight. He's going to have to come out of at least the D main in that 21 car as we're going to come back to the green. Chase Johnson, wheel stand on the start. Caleb Henry around the bottom. Chase Randall got a good run that last time before the caution came out. Henry looking underneath the Forsberg. Forsberg shuts the door. Here comes Justin Cox, 3 wide for the last transfer spot. White flag, 1 lap to go. Who's going to end up in 4th? It looks like Golobic solidly with the race lead. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Henry, Cox, and Randall. It looks like Caleb Henry's going to hang on. So Shane Golobic starts in the 2nd position, and he will get the win and go to the dash in car number 17W. Chase Johnson finishes up in 2nd. 3rd spot goes to Andy Forsberg, and 4th, the 17 of Caleb Henry. Those 4 will be partaking in tonight's festivities for the 40-lap main event. Chase Randall, Justin Cox, Jock Goodyear in 7th, Jacob Allen 8th, 9th, Dominic Gordon 10th to Gage Garcia, then Jarrett Soares, Koa Crane, Cole Macedo, and Dawson Hamas will be the finishing order in DMI heat race number 2. Shane Golobic makes his way onto the scales. He has just qualified for his 10th career Gold Cup Race of Champions A main event, Tony, and he's going to be in a good spot to maybe win this thing tonight.
I think this crowd can get a little bit louder for Shane Golobic, locking in for his 10th Gold Cup Race of Champions. Ryan Burnell told me to call you Shane Golobic, but I'm not going to do that. You went +4 last night, 9th to 5th. I'm sorry, not last night, Thursday, in your prelim A main. This race car looked really good on the top side. How good does it feel?
Yeah, my NOS Energy Drink 17W feels really good. Can't thank all my guys enough for giving me a really good car. 10 Gold Cups, man, making me feel old and aging me there a bit. But yeah, just happy to get it into the dash here. That's always the goal. You know, I didn't really think the top was going to be the best place to start. But I was able to get a good launch and then just get out front and cruise around. So, yeah, like I said, this NOS Energy Drink car is pretty sporty right now. So hopefully we can put ourselves in a good spot and go for that 100 grand.
The NOS Energy Drink Matt Wood Racing Machine feeling pretty sporty. That is from the winner of DMI Heat Race number 2, Shane Golobic. Chase, at number 17 might be someone they have to contend with a little bit later on tonight.
I certainly agree with that as we get ready for BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3. Here is the lineup for this one. On the pole, out of Canton, Illinois, it's the NOS Energy Drink, Logan Contractor, Elliot's Custom Trailers, TK Concrete, Zip Bonds, number 55. It's Chris Windom. Outside of him, from Hanford, California, the Netto Ag, Penny Newman Grain, Mechanics Choice, Smith Titanium, number 88N of DJ Netto. Row 2 on the inside from Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Elliot's Custom Trailers and Cars, Spire Motorsports, number 7 BC of Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. And outside of him, from Oakley, California, the Star Property Management, Gary Silver Ranches, Vallejo Coin Exchange, Bowman and Sun's Trucking, Todd Noddy's Auto, number 18 of Dylan Bloomfield. Row 3 on the inside from San Jose, California, the Maxwell Racing Agents, Amadco Disposal, Advanced Auto Center, Swimming Pool Perfections, number 0, TK Tim Kading. And outside of him, from Sassoon City, California, the Copa Soccer Training Center, Family Values Daycare Center, number 1C, it's Chance Grasty. Row 4 on the inside from Lincoln, California, the California Waterfowl, Arai Helmets, K1 Race Gear, CBC Concrete, 83T Tanner Carrick. And outside of him, from Yuba City, California, the Red Line Welding and Construction, Morrison Engines, King Racing Products, number 45 of Landon Brooks. 5th row on the inside from Jacksonville, Oregon, it's the Boss Superstore, DZ Truck Accessories, Shane DeWalt Trucking, S-Tech, Carbon Works, number 18T, it's Tanner Holmes. And outside of him, starting from the 10th position, from Elk Grove, California, the Microtronics, Pacific Valley Fire, High Sierra Industries, ANRAC Corporation, number 45M, Jake Morgan. Row 6, out of Clayton, California, the Dryco Construction, Melrose Powder Coating, Walnut Creek Automotive, Victory Fuel, number 88A of Joey Ancona. And outside of him, in his final Gold Cup, out of Colfax, California, the Rudine Racing, Grinders Automotive, Walker Performance Filtration, Novelli Auto Body, number 29 of Willie Croft. Final row on the inside from Sacramento, California, driving the Dave's Trucking, Flat Out Recovery and Recharge, All Right Mechanical, H&M Incorporated, 57B of Bobby Butler. And your final starter in this one from Elk Grove, the Burco Redwood, Two Worlds Equestrian, Barry Lumber, Skyva Construction, number 87, Ashlyn Rodriguez. So all drivers make the call, including Dylan Bloomfield, who you see on the front stretch right now. They got that car back together after flipping in hot laps. Bloomfield stopped on the front stretch to point out some debris to the safety officials, so he will get his spot back outside of row number 2. A little bit of a duct tape job to turn that deal back into the number 18, but Bloomfield makes the call nonetheless, and we'll see what he can do here if he can lock it into the show. Tony, we're going to come to you right after one of your favorite guys here, Jamie Johnson.
Starting in 6th for this heat race, Chance Grasty, the 17-year-old. You talked about it. His first night in 410 wing competition was at this event 1 year ago tonight, or rather his prelim night last night marked night number 2 behind the wheel of a 410 wing sprint car. You know a little bit about this driver, Chance Grasty. He grew up racing outlaw karts, and in fact, at 6 years old, he began racing 500cc karts. For the people like me who don't really understand outlaw karts, how big of a deal is that, Chase?
Oh, that's absolutely insane. I can only think of one other guy that's done that, and that's Buddy Kofoid. We know what he's done with his career, racing tonight with the World of Outlaws. And you mentioned the outlaw karts, Chance Grasty, Landon Brooks, Tanner Carrick, Tanner Holmes, Jake Morgan. All of those drivers grew up racing those cars. They're all in this heat race here as well. We're coming to the green flag. Chris Windom in 55, looking to make his first ever Gold Cup main event appearance in his first ever try. Off of turn number 4, we're underway in BR Motorsports heat race number 3. Windom shows the way into turn number 1. DJ Netto runs in 2nd. Around the outside, Chance Grasty just moved into a transfer spot, now to 3rd. Grasty in the 1C, wheels up off of turn 4. Chance Grasty, his 3rd ever time in a 410 sprint car, upside down big time. It's Tyler Courtney. Red flag, all stop. The driver currently 2nd in Kubota High-Limit Racing point standings gets upside down in turn 2. Sunshine, Tyler Courtney, looks like contact between him and I believe it was the 45 of Landon Brooks. We will have to see a FloRacing replay, but Sunshine getting some major airtime in the 2nd corner after starting in the 3rd position, and he got kind of shuffled back there right off the rip in this one. So in the 2 nights previous, on Thursday and Friday, we had no cars get upside down in both of those races. We have one in hot laps tonight and one here in the 3rd heat race. Tyler Courtney is out of the car, race fans. Tyler Courtney is out of the car, walking around, getting the tow truck hooked up to him right now. Here is a replay. If you're watching home on Flow, Sunshine with cars 3 wide behind him, goes into turn 1. Oh, and Tim Kading kind of put Landon Brooks in a tough spot right there and sent the 7BC over the edge of the banking. Tony, what can you tell us down there? Because, I mean, here, well, Roku got a slow-mo. Yeah, Tim Kading just, it looks like he may have gotten into Landon Brooks right there, which sent him right into the side of Sunshine. And now Tyler Courtney, with how this works out, he's going to be more than likely in the D main tonight. Tony, down to you.
Yeah, what I can tell you, Chase, is we got a pretty torn up 7BC down here. Tyler Courtney, first of all, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. Just, yeah, product of sucking in the feature last night. You put yourself in a bad spot on a bad start of the heat race, and yeah, you just, you know, get collected, and guys trying really hard. So very frustrating. You know, yeah, I mean, coming from the D tonight is probably going to be pretty much impossible. We might just see what we can do with this thing, and if not, you know, save our equipment and go to Oregon.
All right, that's Tyler Courtney, Chase. Pretty amazing to hear the guy who's racing for 2nd and fighting for a championship in Kubota High Limit Racing full season points realize and kind of vocalize that there's a chance they may scratch from this feature tonight. It sounds like it's going to come down to whether or not that car you can see right there on your screen can be repaired, because like Tyler talked about, they can't really afford, none of these full-time teams can afford risking tearing up too much equipment, as the rest of this West Coast swing has a lot of points on the table, and Tyler Courtney, Jake Argo, and the rest of that 7BC NOS Energy Drink team are thinking big picture here in 2024.
Thank you very much, Tony. Also have a word that the 45 of Landon Brooks, who was involved in that incident, did go to the work area with a flat right rear, or right front, one of the two. Yeah, it looks like the right front tire actually flat on that Shannon Wheatley Motorsports 45, so they've got to head to the work area there and get him fixed up. Looking at that FloRacing replay, he definitely got put in a tough spot there for Landon Brooks, and then that put Tyler Courtney in an even tougher spot there. But how about Chance Grasty is in 3rd right now? Tony just mentioned how young this kid is. The last time he ran a 410 was at this race last year, and that was the first time ever. And now he's in the 3rd spot looking to qualify for the 70th Gold Cup Race of Champions. Would be a monumental achievement for that young driver. He's actually borrowing an engine tonight from Tanner Holmes, who's also in this heat race, Tony.
Yeah, that's a great point. Something I forgot to bring up. They are using one of the 18T Tanner Holmes power plants underneath the hood of Grasty's car. Chase, I'll just say it, when we went out to Cycleland, you guys took me out there Monday night. I've never seen something like those Outlaw carts. And Spencer Baston, one of the guys that's already locked into tonight's dash, he went out there and raced. Tyler Courtney, who we just heard from, he won in the clone category. But Spencer Baston, a very successful race car driver, straight up said, I believe the quote was, "I've never been in something that drove me that hard," referring to the Outlaw carts. So to see a kid like Chance Grasty do well behind the wheel of a big, powerful 410, I guess you could almost kind of say you expect it, because those Outlaw carts are an absolute monster to drive. They're obviously a great learning tool for sprint cars.
Now, the power to weight ratio, relatively similar. Those cars putting out, some of them close to 100 horsepower, weighing in at 450 pounds. And Grasty is showing. I mean, I'm not even surprised, Tony. I mean, there's so many guys that come from that discipline, including, you know, Kubota, Highland Racing, co-owner Kyle Larson, Brad Sweet as well, Rico Abreu, Tanner Thorson, last night's winner. I mean, so many guys have come from that racing discipline, so it's really not a surprise to see Chance Grasty doing a good job right now.
Yeah, and after going to Cycleland with you on Monday night, it all starts to make a little bit more sense. That's the sound of Landon Brooks, the number 45, ripping around the track after getting out of the Rod End Supply work area. And one other really cool thing I thought we had to mention was as Nate and I stood on the top of turn 2 and watched him take Tyler Courtney's NOS energy drink machine back to the trailer, one of, if not the very first person over to that race car before it was even let down off the tow hook was fellow competitor Dominic Selzy there helping assess the damage and willing to help out. Dominic is just as top class as they come. I just wish he was a little bit less shy.
Yeah, he never talks. Exactly, yeah. And he hates food, too. That's what I've been told. He hates tacos, for sure. As we're coming back to the green, Chris Windom with the lead. We've only got one lap completed in this third heat race. DJ Netto running in second. Grasty now looking underneath of Netto for that second spot off of turn number 2, but Netto's able to hold on. Grasty runs in third. Bloomfield final transfer right now in car number 18 is Tanner Carrick. Puts a move on Tim Kading off of turn 4 for the 5th position. Kading fights back underneath him, but it looks like Tanner Carrick's going to have the spot down the back straightaway. Tanner Carrick up into 5th. Tim Kading not going away easily to the inside in turns 3 and 4. Everybody's still hammering the bottom early on in the night here at the Silver Dollar Speedway. Carrick and Kading appear to be closing in slightly on the number 18 car of Dylan Bloomfield. Chris Windom comes across the line. 4 in and 4 to go here in BR Motorsports heat race number 3. Chris Windom, prior to his prelim night on Wednesday, had never seen the Silver Dollar Speedway before, but he's looking to make it into the Gold Cup Race of Champions. Netto in second, Grasty third, Bloomfield fourth. The storylines have been plentiful here tonight. 3 of the top 4 guys in this one have had some kind of great storyline, whether it's their first time here, their second time in a 410, or they flipped earlier in hot laps. Here's the white flag for Windom. Chris Windom back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4. He is going to win and be in the dash after BR Motorsports heat race number 3. DJ Netto in second, Chance Grasty third, and 4th goes to Dylan Bloomfield. Chris Windom gets the win in car number 55. He is going to the dash. Second goes to DJ Netto. Third to Chance Grasty, and 4th to the 18 of Dylan Bloomfield. Those will be your transfers out of that one. Tanner Carrick, Tim Kading, Jake Morgan, Willie Croft, Tanner Holmes, and Joey Ancona. The top 10, Ashlyn Rodriguez, Landon Brooks, Bobby Butler, and Tyler Courtney round out the field in this third heat race with 1 left to run. And Chris Windom, Tony, is going to be, I mean, he's got to be absolutely ecstatic for this run. A heat race win at a track he's never been to, and just like that, makes $3 grand for just making the show.
$3,000 for Chris Windom after locking into tonight's A main event, a 9th, a 15th, and a 23rd so far on this West Coast swing for this Vermeer Motorsports number 55. Chris, you're locked into the dash, which means you're going to have a great, well, you are going to start up front, and the last time you started up front here was Thursday night. You started 4th, you finished 4th, so do you need anything more out of this race car to feel confident for this A main event?
I think we can always get a little more out of it. The track's obviously really fast right now. Honestly, faster than I thought it was going to be. We were a little snug there, but I think by feature time and the rest of these mains, it should slick off and put on a good show, and hopefully we get a good dash draw and see what we can do.
Okay, Chase Rodman upstairs said you must be ecstatic. Are you ecstatic?
I am ecstatic, Chase.
He's ecstatic. That's Chris Windom getting the job done there in BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3.
You know, I think there's a C in ecstatic there, Tony, not ecstatic. But
no, I don't think you know the word.
Oh, okay. All right. That's a different word then. All right, here we go for our final heat race of the night. This one is brought to you by the folks at Winters Performance. On the pole of this one from Visalia, California, the Commercial Edge Rasmussen Service Center, Elliott's Custom Trailers, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Fat Ed's Eyewear number 8, it's Cory Eliason. Outside of him from Harrisburg, Oregon, the Kyle Main Motorsports, Ham Construction, A-Main Trucking, Stagco number 35 KM, it's Tyler Thompson. Row 2 on the inside from Roseville, California, the Bjork Construction, Kading Performance, D&J Construction, Channel Lumber, Roxy Properties, number 7B, the Shark, Sean Becker. And outside of him, starting fourth from Enum Claw, Washington, the Casey Kane Racefield, Mike Kerr, Brumo's Collection, Factory Kane Shocks, Kane Screen Print, number 9, Casey Kane. Third row on the inside from Warrnambool, Victoria, Australia, the Power Chew Energy Gum, Monty Farms, Rumbold Ford, Fridge Tech, 17AU, Jamie Veal. And outside of him from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrewBid.com, Babs Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19, it's Brent Marks. Fourth row on the inside from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, Canada, the Shark Racing Engines, Grinders Auto Bodies, Saratoga Motorsports Park, Malahat Auto Wrecking, Cow Creek, 21P, Robbie Price. And outside of him from Kokomo, Indiana, the Chalksticks Torsion Bars, Elite Wings, High Performance Lubricants, Octane Inc., Wikipedia, number 9P, the law firm, Parker Price Miller. Row 5 on the inside from Roseville, California, the Bianchi Farms, NOS Energy Drink, VP Speed Shop, Elite Coatings, 5V, Quick Stuff, Colby Copeland. And outside of him from Lubbock, Texas, the High Plains Building Division, Carbon Safety Technology, Lubbock Wrecker, 5 Nights Truck Accessories, number 1, of Brenham Crouch. Sixth row on the inside from Geyserville, California, she drives the Swimming Pool Perfections, Malcolm Drilling, Chico Truck and RV, Cruisewell Drilling 76, Jennifer Osborne. And outside of her from Windsor, California, the CCI Electrical, Buster's Barbecue, Van Leer Steering Repair, Jerry's Valero 12J, John Clark. And final row in this one from Sacramento, the Sellers Race Wings, Bullseye Design, Swimming Pool Perfections, M&S Race Engines 15S, Michael Sellers. And from Templeton, the David Cry Engineering, Stay Paso, Luxton Real Estate, Eagle Energy, number 3, Caleb Montgomery rounds out the field for 14 cars, 8 laps, top 4 to the main event, and the winner will go to tonight's Dash redraw to spin the Sander Engineering redraw wheel. Let's listen into another song coming in from Brad Sweet's High Roller playlist. Here's one. Straight away, Casey Kane has had a fantastic West Coast swing with Kubota High Limit Racing, trying to add to it with a Gold Cup Racing Champions main event appearance. He slips back into the 5th position, and Robbie Price is now right behind him. Jamie Veal has not been here since 2017. He currently sits in a transfer spot right now. Casey Kane now back on his rear bumper down the front straightaway. Robbie Price right behind him in the 6th position. Colby Copeland, Parker Price Miller, Brent Marks, and Caleb Montgomery, the top 10. Robbie Price underneath of Casey Kane. He takes that spot away down the front straightaway. Robbie Price into the top 5. One spot out of a transfer, and he's got not much time to track down Jamie Veal. This time by 3 laps to go. Can Robbie Price get up there and challenge for the last transfer spot? Cory Eliason might be the best car we've seen out front all night long. He is already on the same straightaway as the back of the field. Eliason has had, like we mentioned with Casey Kane, just a phenomenal West Coast swing, a couple of quick times, a couple of top 5s, and now he's looking to punch his ticket into the dash. White flag, 1 to go. Eliason might encounter Michael Sellers here on the final corner. Checkered flag is out, And the Ridge & Sun Racing number 8's going to the dash. Tyler Thompson, second, third spot to the Shark. And fourth goes to Jamie Veal. How about it for Cory Eliason? He gets the win. He's going to the dash in car number 8. Tyler Thompson ends up in second in the 35 km. Third, the 7B, the Shark, Sean Becker. He's going to be in the Gold Cup feature. And Jamie Veal ends up in fourth in the 17 AU. Robbie Price, fifth. Casey Kane in sixth. Colby Copeland, seventh. Parker Price Miller, eighth. Ninth to Brent Marks. And 10th goes to Caleb Montgomery. Behind those guys, the rest of the finishing order: Brenham Crouch, Jennifer Osborne, John Clark, and Michael Sellers. As Cory Eliason qualifies for his fourth career Gold Cup Race of Champions main event. Tony.
Winner's Performance Heat Race number 4 goes to the driver from Visalia, California. Get a good look at that helmet. We're going to talk about that here in just a moment. Cory Eliason's first trip to the Gold Cup, or this is his first trip to the Gold Cup since 2018. Cory, you ran third with Roth in the number 83. Wednesday night you went 11th to 3rd in the 360 race, and last night you were 5th after picking up a few positions. Can you continue to move forward and be successful here in Chico?
I think so. I feel like Jim and Brogan have done a really good job of giving me a really good race car these past few weeks, and it's shown this week for sure. So we lost spots on the start last night, kind of getting chopped early, but we're able to kind of build them back and move forward. So we haven't really been good in heat races lately, but I feel like tonight the track kind of worked in our favor, and we kind of feel like we have a path to go down for our heat race setup. So we'll take this into the dash and see what we can do.
Ridge & Sons Racing driver Cory Eliason with that bright and colorful helmet. He actually gets that done by a guy named Daniel Designs out of Italy. Chase, Daniel Designs also does the helmets for Lando Norris, Mick Schumacher, and Valtteri Bottas. I know you're always wishing that sprint car racing was more like Formula One, Chase. So that's kind of a cool connection that Cory gets his helmet painted by a guy who does it for F1 drivers.
Yeah, there no sarcasm in what you just said right there at all, Tony. So thank you very much down there. These are the drivers that are locked into the dash already. They're going to get a quick hot lap session right now. You got Rico Abreu out there in car number 24. Abreu drives the Curvagajanian Racing, Rothwell Hyde, Napa Valley, El Bandito, Yankee Tequila, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Arc Zone 24. Spencer Baston in car number 5's out there at 11 in Indiana. The True Timber Camel, Ice Cream, Landis Block, JRC Transportation, High Performance Lubricants, FuelPools.com number 5. And also on the racetrack is Corey Day in car number 14. Out of Clovis, the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, SynCal, Driven to Save Lives entry. And your final guy in this session, last night's winner from Minden, Nevada, the Smith Titanium Factory, Kane, Maximum Oil, Messina Valley Transportation, King Concrete, Ron Gross Motorsports, number 88, Tanner Thorson. So the checker's out. Race fans, if you weren't able to hear me, those are the drivers that are locked into the dash already due to finishing first and second on their prelim nights. They got enough points to lock into the dash, and so that is their little hot lap session here tonight. Tanner Thorson, Rico Abreu, Corey Day, and Spencer Baston. Those four will be a part of tonight's dash. They will spin the redraw wheel here a little bit later on. Wanted to mention this before we go to a break here on FloRacing. A very, very cool thing that Hoosier Tire West is doing. All of tonight's A main starters will get a free right rear tire tonight, courtesy of Hoosier Tire West. So a brand new right rear tire going to all 24 feature starters tonight from Hoosier Tire West. A very cool gift from them. And with that, we'll take a break here on Flo and come back with more action from the Silver Dollar Speedway.
Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches. We are the #1 Renegade Toterhome dealer and the #1 Intech and Bravo Sprint Car Trailer dealer. No one sells more Toterhomes and Sprint Car Trailers than we do. Check out our complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com. If you're in the market for a Toterhome or a trailer, trust the people that are in the pits with you and that support the sport.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules,